Conversations with people about the harm coming to kids when we prescribe them puberty-blocking drugs and then cross-sex hormones. Because what we're seeing today is a transgender craze, particularly seducing our daughters. We've seen about a 4,000% increase in the amount of young girls who are now presenting with gender dysphoria or rapid onset gender dysphoria. It's kind of a new thing. And we're rushing kids into medical treatment. So with no questions asked, when they go into the gender clinics at the children's hospitals, they are prescribed a drug called Lupron, which is being prescribed to them off-label. It was never intended for this purpose. It was originally intended to treat prostate cancer in men, and then it was given approval to treat endometriosis in women. But this drug is being prescribed to kids because it totally stops puberty from happening. And when that happens, these kids always go on to the next step, which is the opposite sex hormones. And we're sterilizing kids. A lot of these girls, young women, have to get their uterus removed after several years on testosterone because their uterus has suffered so much atrophy. A lot of these kids, if just left to their own devices, and if they're allowed to go through puberty, their gender dysphoria would go away. At least 4 out of 5 of these kids, every study shows, their dysphoria would just go away. And a lot of these kids would actually discover that they're gay. So what we're doing is we're transing away the gay in these kids. We're doing kind of a weird form of conversion therapy. And we're not letting these kids grow up. We're destroying all their future sexual function. They're never going to be able to have kids. It's causing all sorts of medical harm, increase of blood clots, lack of bone density, cognitive function, lack of height, growth, all sorts of issues.
Lines are crossed, the message was sent, a vortex waiting, broken and bent. Outside forces now they took control, level debris that never was told. Don't need no doctors, I don't need no TV. Fast movements, establishments, yeah, that's the place to be. I can be with my people, it's something we all know. Stay on buildings, this time stay down low. Now I signals, music's begun. She sounds static, battle and hum. It's Cold War, revolution in the streets. Up the watch, boys, this time we're free. Don't need no doctor, don't need no TV. Fast movements, establishments, that's where I want it to be. I can win with my people, it's something we all know. Stay on buildings, this time stay down low. The Cold War, around the streets, up the watch, boys, we're finally free, 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 finally free, we're finally free, we're finally free, we're finally free.
Respect your child's pronouns. Okay. Lunatics. Absolute fucking lunatics.
Are you hoping to jack off to this later?
Go ahead, say your piece.
And that's what I'm asking. Are you hoping to jack off to this later?
What's that?
Are you hoping to jack off to this later?
You're like, what?
Are you hoping to jack off to this later, you fucking creep?
No. I'm creating a channel.
Okay.
It's news.
Okay. Oh, it's new.
Just exposing both sides, so both sides' voice can be heard on my channel. So feel free to speak your piece about why you're here today. Go ahead. Let everybody know your
Why am I
piece.
here today? That's a good question. Yeah. Why do you think I'm here today?
In opposition to what's taking place here.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly what the arguments are, though.
Okay. Well, I believe children have rights.
Of course.
Children have rights to decide what happens to them. That's what I believe in. And I'd like, I like the government to support children's rights.
Do you think 6-year-olds, if they consent to sexual activity with an adult, should they say is
puberty
that okay?
blockers start at 10, and we're talking about puberty blockers here, not about sexual assault, right?
No. I am talking about consent. Like, is there not a case of where children will
Are you trying
consent?
to fuck a child? Is that what you're asking?
No.
That's kind of weird.
Why would you transfer that to me? It's a question.
I don't know why you're bringing this up. Like, there's similar issues.
How do all of a sudden, because I ask a question, I become a child fucker? Where does that come from?
Well, I don't know. You're the one who's thinking about fucking children.
Trying to have a dialogue with you.
Yeah.
You're giving the opportunity to explain your position.
Is this about
You're wasting an opportunity here to let your voice be heard on this
Is
issue.
this about allowing children to, consent at the age of 6 for sexual activity? Because that's not what it is, though, right?
Yeah, but you are talking about consent,
Yeah.
right? Consent.
Consent to what?
If a child is not informed
Uh-huh.
enough to engage in sexual activity,
Uh-huh.
they're not developed enough mentally to make an informed decision as to what will
When
affect
did
them
you
for the rest
realize you were
of
a
their
boy?
life.
When did you realize you were a boy? At what age did you say I'm a boy?
No, I didn't have to say it. I just knew it. I knew it.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've always known
It wasn't a
it.
declaration like I
No.
believe this.
No.
I just knew it.
You just knew
And I
it.
didn't go around parading it and making a sign of it. It was just,
Yeah.
you just go about your business. I don't have to go around pronouncing and emphasizing and stressing and articulating on my maleness
Yeah.
and
And you-
or on the issue of gender matters at all.
Yeah. So you just knew. So as a child.
And
you
I
just knew.
do agree. I don't believe in all this blue for boys, pink for girls and things like that. They're like, oh, whatever. Women, football players, wrestlers. It's all good. I don't care.
Yeah. So you just knew that.
I'm not a troglodyte, conservative, religious kind of guy here. I'm an artist, so I'm pretty free thinking.
Yeah.
But not everything's on the table, of course, right?
Yeah.
And so there you have it. There you have it. You heard that brief conversation that I've had with that girl. This is one of the reasons why the left is so fucking virile, so disgusting, so stupid. And they present themselves as paragons of compassion, of goodness, of all things good, of ethical, of right, of just. These disgusting, vile people. In that dialogue that I had, you would discover, as it unfolded, that I was making the point that children are, very young children, are unable to make decisions of this kind of magnitude.
Oh mama, last night I met a young man. Oh mama, he turned to me and said, won't you